Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 13. The big 13, actually. It's not really a big 13. Welcome back to another week where Jay and I describe how we underperformed in the market. At this point, it's becoming a running joke between us that we have to come back and record and sort of express our disappointment. But I feel like as a trader, you can never be fully satisfied. So we'll just jump right in. I think this week we both had specific days where we feel like we underperformed and beat ourselves up.
I'm going to talk about the Discord message I also posted. I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah. So I had a decent week, I would say. Not maximizing maybe the day's potential to the fullest. But I was relatively happy. If I was to rate myself, I would give myself like a 7.5 on 10 up to Thursday. And then Friday happened, and I've come into the podcast here on Saturday and complete depression because Friday was a shit show from my part. Market had its opportunities as it has been having, and I just completely went off kilter and put myself in a very bad position. Not drastic, I'm still green on the week, but it's like I almost eroded 50-60% of the week for absolutely no reason. How was your week?
My week was similar both. So Monday, Tuesday, I had a decent start. On Tuesday, I caught a bit of SPY, then overtraded on SPY a bit. Monday was a decent day. Then Wednesday was the day I actually felt like shit. It wasn't tilt, nothing like that. I took 3 trades, all 3 losses. I ended up being 7.5k red, 3 or 4 trades, something like that. And I got off my setup and then on Wednesday, we all were watching MU. That is the stock I lost money on. ARM was good. But everything worked out a bit later. So there are 2 aspects of this thing, and that's why I felt like shit. 7.5k loss, it's okay, not a big deal, which I made back on Thursday, Friday, which I also posted on the unscripted video, unscripted channel. So 7.5k, I know it's like 1 trade away. If you take like 50 contracts, it's 1 trade, you can make 5-10k. So it's not that big of a loss, but that frustration of not able to capitalize on the game plan and the stocks and the trades you were watching in the pre-market webinar, not sticking to your game plan, not sticking to the rules you actually discussed and promised yourself that you're going to stick to those rules. It is what caused my frustration, and I actually felt like really shit. I honestly felt like shit. I actually posted this message in the Discord group. I'm going to read that message for you guys. It's not AI generated. It's my own. You guys will see that. Like there are a few mistakes, so it's not AI generated. So sorry it disappeared yesterday, 7.5k red for me. I was just in a really bad headspace. Not because of the dollar amount, but more because of the underperformance and just not being myself lately. Weeks of underperforming topped up by a decent loss, all because of my own stupidity, just added fuel to the fire which was already burning inside for a few weeks now. I literally felt like just quitting altogether. This is me. I have been trading for 7 years. As I'm unable to capitalize on my wins and just giving away money on stupid ass losses. I have never shared this online, but to be honest, I haven't felt this defeated since like 2021, so makes sense. Was unable to sleep as well properly. So this was on Wednesday night after trading because we trade from Dubai. It's in the evening. So I was done within the first like 30-40 minutes of the market open, to be honest. I was actually in bed around 8:30 p.m. I was not able to sleep. I was watching like YouTube videos and stuff. Then I maybe slept around 11, 12. Again, just shitty sleep. My hands and palms were sweating. Just felt like shit. Overall, my body was also responding in the same way. Then the message continues. Woke up around 3 a.m. and started working on VEXA, which we're going to talk about a bit later, and other things. Now, the last para. I have been doing this for 7 years and I still felt like this yesterday. Pure shit, literal garbage. It's not like I feel better, but acceptance has kicked in. This is the next day. So now I just want to focus on myself as I have lost touch with my best version for a while now. It's a combination of a lot of things, which I'm going to talk about in this podcast as well. Not everything, but a few things. The good thing is that when you feel you are at the literal bottom, there is nowhere to go but climb yourself back up. If you actually feel like, okay, this is the literal bottom, this is the shittiest I'm ever going to trade in my life, and you know that you can trade better, that's the bottom. After that, there's only one way to go, and that is to climb yourself back up. This is what I will be doing starting today, and we actually got a lot of support from the Discord members. It has like, what do you call this emoji? People hugging. Okay, it's called people hugging. I always thought that it's a camera emoji.
Like I know what you're talking about. No, it's a
people hugging. So 9 people hugging, including you. Thank you. And then hugs and claps, and not claps, like handshakes and fire emojis. So Discord again is a safe space for all of us, I believe. It's not like we have freaking 2,000 members, but the members we have are just like very
Yeah, it's
close
a
knit
smaller
community.
community that you've maintained for
I don't
a while
even
now.
market it. I don't
Yeah.
even remember the last time I posted the Discord group on Instagram, because that's not the goal to grow the community. It has never been the goal. And it's just like a close-knit people. We know people by their trading journey, by their trading stats, how they trade. That guy, Mohamed, he posted in the profit and losses. That was his biggest week maybe up until now. He actually posted yesterday. Another 4-figure day for me at this point. This does not feel even real anymore.
Yeah.
And he made like 1.5K yesterday on Friday. Thursday, he made 2K. Then Wednesday, he made $530. He posted. And then one day, he actually lost 1.5K. But then thinking about this, like stark contrast here. It's been pretty emotional all week. I'm exhausted and ready to call it a week. I know this is not the norm of trading, so I have to make sure to work on not bringing the same expectations for next week.
That's
Because
self-awareness
the whole market.
itself. Like,
do you remember we also used to feel like that?
yeah, absolutely.
Detachment, it's just like another level. What do you think? Like when I read his message, I was like, I was the same maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But now the detachment from money,
Yeah.
I don't know if it keeps on getting better or worse with time, but at the moment, for example, when I think about it, like 5K a week can be huge for one trader, not based on the dollar amount or how much money you are making, but just milestone achievement.
Yeah.
5K can be huge. I remember when I made my first $700, I was not able to sleep for like 2-3 days. But now it's just numbers on the screen at this point.
Yeah. I don't think I've mentioned this to you. Maybe I mentioned this to you, but I'm not definitely mentioned on the podcast. But I remember when I was trading in 2020 and I finally became profitable in 2020. But I think the first time I had a $730 winning day, I think I remember the P&L also. I literally jumped off my desk. I was staying at my parents' place at the time, and I ran around the house, and I was just screaming, and I was like, "I made so much money! I made so much money!" And then I think like 3 days later, I lost $1,000, and I was crying in bed for 6 hours. So yeah, I mean, it's a journey, right? Like it's I don't know how good or bad it is, but I think it's always good to like sort of ground yourself and remind yourself that it's numbers on a screen, but it means something. It's not nothing.
I remember my first big day. So I made like $1,000 by just investing in a stupid stock or whatever. But the first nice day from day trading options that I do at the moment was in 2020 again. I think March or April, I made like $700 catching Amazon. 2 contracts, you make like $700. Gone are those days.
Yeah.
And I remember that day, like I used to $700 USD. I was working in Australia, which is $1,000 AUD. I used to make that in more than a week in Australia. My salary was like job was $800-900 a week, which is also decent for a job. But I made like $1,000 from one trade.
Yeah.
So the scope, I was like, this shit can actually work.
Yeah.
And that day I went to work. I was like working. I was like, what am I doing? I need to focus on trading. I need to focus. Then I went like to my parents' place. I was just like having, and I told them as well. They were also so happy. So, I mean, this whole kind of this message put me back there in that situation.
Yeah.
When $700 used to feel like a lot. And now even like, so now recovering from that 7.5K loss on Wednesday, Thursday, and now what happened on that day? So that what added fuel to the fire. So my Lightspeed trader has a max stop loss, which is 8K at the moment. At the moment, it's nothing, but it was 8K. I'm going to, starting Monday, it's going to be 5K again. So I'm going to change my stop loss to 5K. And that's why I stopped at 7.5K, because 8K, I can't go beyond 8K anyway. So what's the point? And then we were watching MU at 10 a.m. I don't know what is wrong about this time now. Even Amazon started moving yesterday.
10:20. You said
10:20.
Yeah.
Something around that. After 10 a.m., like between 10:10 to 10:30, I can give you guys 4 examples from the past 6 days. Tesla last week on Friday before earnings broke out above 400, started around 10:15 a.m. Then MU on Wednesday, even Monday, Tuesday, we had a few setups that actually worked out around 10 a.m. MU on Wednesday started moving around 10:20, and I would have got that trade. I can see myself making $20,000 on that freaking trade.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so pissed. It's not about like losing money. It's like more about adding fuel to the fire. Is that you had the perfect game plan. You just had to freaking stay patient. This market is teaching you that. Why can't you do it? And I was so frustrated in myself, so frustrated with myself that I promised myself I won't reach my max stop loss within the first 15, 20 minutes of the market open. And here I am again on Wednesday, reaching my max stop loss within the first 30 minutes, only to see that the plays actually worked out.
Yeah.
And that is what pissed me off. And I was just like, if I remain in front of my setup, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to reach my max stop loss anyways. Then I can't trade more than that. And I stopped there because if I take another trade, I'm just going to hold it then.
Yeah.
So that's what happens, right? It's just like 8K, they won't exit my position, but I can't place any more trades. So that usually doesn't end well. So I was actually done a bit early, but I just felt like so shit. In the morning, I woke up, started working on VEXA. Then Thursday, I was like, okay. And that's why I have been recording unscripted videos. On Thursday, I was just listening to music, trading, made some nice money, 5.2K on Thursday. Friday, again, traded nicely, 4K. So I made like 9.2K on Thursday and Friday. So that loss has been recovered plus more. But it's all about just not able to capitalize on that opportunity. And I learned from that. So that's why I said, when you feel that you're at the literal bottom, you have to change.
Yeah.
And Thursday and Friday, I was green, but Thursday I was so patient with my entries. I took a loss on Apple. Then I just waited for like 5 minutes setup, waited for 10 a.m., 10 a.m. My big winner was on Tesla, I think, on Thursday after Tesla's earnings. Good upside, good downside. Caught some decent moves. Friday also, I was in sync with the tape. I was just waiting on the sidelines. Caught AMD. Amazon started to move. That could have actually ended up being like a 10K trade for me, but freaking rejected from Arshad. Did you see that? Amazon started moving. I was like, it's going to go. It has to go.
Yeah.
Like all-time high break, it has to go. That was Friday. I was already green, 3K up until that point. So I took 100 contracts on Amazon. Their premiums moved from 1.57 to $2. But if it's Amazon, I'm looking for $3.
Yeah.
Because if it makes another dollar move, the premiums are going to jump $3. And I was in Monday's expiry contract.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is going to be a 13, 14K trade for me. I don't want to exit. And then it got rejected right from R6. So I exited making like $1,000 on that trade again. Ended the day with 4K.
Continued after that. After
Did
the
it?
rejection, yeah.
I did not see that.
It went to 263,
Okay,
264.
I'm going to feel bad now, but I won't look at it now. We're going to actually do on the charts podcast,
so
on the charts section of this podcast. Then we're going to talk about that. But how was your trading before Friday?
It was not the best, which is why I was saying earlier, I think I felt maybe like a 7 on 10 or a 7.5 on 10 at best, because I'm also sort of doing the same sort of stupidity that you were also doing pretty much all week, because you start the day, you put yourself in a hole, and 15-20 minutes in almost every single day in the week, I think I found myself down like 5, 10K, Wednesday included. Wednesday is the day that MU did end up breaking its all-time high.
You were also red on Wednesday,
I was
caught
red
that.
13K that day.
And then you caught
for
that.
For no reason whatsoever. And then I managed to catch that, and I still ended up with a 5-figure day, which just goes to show you that, like, if I just waited, I could have had a great day. But I did that to myself on Wednesday. But I guess the confidence didn't drop too much because the plays are there and I was able to execute. But and then Thursday was Tesla's earning, post Tesla's earnings. So
Tesla was good for upside and downside, but just no trend on it.
No trend, but it had the momentum and it had continuation from both directions. So was able to capitalize on Thursday as well, and had a decent day. And Friday I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, of course, it starts with one trade. I was flat for the first maybe 15 minutes. It's not because I didn't take trades, but because I managed the risk.
I don't know which stock you traded yesterday, the stocks that you traded yesterday, Friday.
I think I traded mostly lost on AMD because I saw the opening push up, which I didn't execute on, and then I tried to get it for the continuation, which didn't happen. It pulled back pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
And I was trading 0 day to expiry because the next week expiry was very expensive, and I thought I'll just trade zeros, and that
AMD
never
has
works.
Friday, yeah.
It never works out well. So I lost there. Then it came back up. I missed the push up again, and I tried to catch it for the continuation again when it pulled back, and again it failed. So again I lost. So I put myself in a fairly decently sized hole with AMD, and then I think from there I was just on tilt. I tried Tesla downside. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I tried Tesla downside. Tape wasn't there. Momentum wasn't there. Then I think
Tesla
later
looks
on,
good for downside next week though. The
it
way
does.
it closed, I don't know how it closed like,
doji.
But yeah, we're gonna see it off the chart.
Inside day doji.
Yeah,
But
it looks good. It's been holding a bit. It held a bit weaker than the market the past 2 days.
It
So
did.
yeah, looks good for downside. But we are gonna do on the charts towards the last 10-15 minutes. But let's talk about NVIDIA, what happened on Friday.
Yeah.
So I was working on that again, unscripted video, posting that video. And because of that workflow as well, I missed out on these opportunities because NVIDIA, I tried Amazon. So I know, like, if I wasn't, looking and watching and tracking the market, I would have executed on NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Did not do that. But that was insane. Like it moved from 203 to like 210 or something like that.
Yeah, 210. And I don't know where the volume came from because I saw the move
Just
start
a
happening. I was in
technical
front of my desk. It was a technical breakout, but the volume that came in was like it was like juiced by something else. But I couldn't find any news whatsoever. So
it was volume, but it was volume because like it was FOMO volume, not news volume. News volume spikes and then drops. This was FOMO volume. So I even saw like someone posted, maybe that guy, we're going to see that. I don't know if that guy posted, but someone posted that a lot of these stocks like AMD, MU, and I also agree. That's why I'm
NVIDIA was lagging for a while.
NVIDIA was lagging for a while. So it was just about time it was consolidating. And then the way it was consolidating, after that, it has a volume gap.
Yeah.
So if we actually hold about 202, 203 towards all-time high, there is not a lot of volume.
Yeah.
So the liquidity back is going to be near all-time high. Liquidity sweep, as ICT and SMC, I don't know what that shit calls it. But liquidity sweep, the prop firm traders are going to understand. But there was no liquidity zone in between 203 to 210. Which is what we have been calling volume.
But yeah, I mean, that was
volume profile for the past 50 years, but ICT, SMC is liquidity.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was
a great
volume
setup
gap there.
Even on the daily and the 5-minute, there was a very nice consolidation on the 5-minute, clean flag breakout.
So when
volume
I saw
came
NVIDIA, I messaged you as well. So I was working on that workflow and then I checked Discord. People were talking about that in the Discord, the community. And I was like, NVIDIA is moving. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It wasn't moving 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
By the time I checked, it was near 207 above R6.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, we can take it. I'm green, like, okay, 4K. I can risk a bit for the biscuit. I was like, okay. I opened up, loaded up 210 calls, Monday expiry. They were $1.2, which is again cheap for NVIDIA. They went to like $3, even after missing out majority of the move. So NVIDIA was like, even on Monday expiry contracts, a 500% trade, 500% trade.
Easy. And the thing is with NVIDIA, like it doesn't move very often, but when it does move, the premium still do pay. But it moves so rarely now because it's so thickly traded. There's too much sort of liquidity on the stock that it doesn't move very often. But on Friday, it was a different beast.
That's why the premiums, like NVIDIA hasn't been moving nicely. That's why the premiums are cheap. So the day it moved yesterday, freaking insane.
Yeah.
Like MU has been moving a lot. The premiums are like $10 a piece, $9 a piece,
now.
so expensive. Even 0 day to expiry are like $5 a piece, which is freaking crazy. But NVIDIA, MU is also like how much? $300, $400?
The stock price?
Yeah.
400 now.
Oh yeah, 400. But NVIDIA is like 200.
No, 500 now.
Yeah, MU 490 around. It was near 490. It broke 500.
It broke 500.
Yeah, it broke 500. But MU premiums, even like near 300, they were like $8,
pretty expensive because the
$7.
ATR is pretty high on that stock. It moves like $20 a day, I think.
NVIDIA was like $1.2 premiums, and basically like if you entered at the break of 203, say 205 calls, they went from like $1 to $7 in the money.
And that was a pretty easy trade.
More than 500%.
Like there was no pullbacks that like made you question the trade, and it was just like.
And then I can imagine myself had I was in that trade, because my Amazon trade was also like, I'm going to hold it. And especially when you're green, it's like, might as well hold it. It's like nothing. Like, okay. So I would have held it. So that's why from Monday, I feel like I'm going to work on the unscripted video. So once the recording is done, I'm going to prepare a better workflow, because at the moment it's still a bit hands-on. My AI agent handles the upload process and the titling and everything process, but I'm going to make it even more seamless so that it's like, it doesn't need a lot of my attention.
You don't need to upload the unscripted video right as you finish trading, right?
But like the thing is, I can upload the next day as well, but I like doing it.
But maybe like even 2-3 hours later, I think it's fine, because most people would watch the unscripted videos after their trading day.
But usually I try to post it around 8:30 because I want to get off my setup as well, because I want to sleep. So I can't post at like 10, because then because sometimes I work until like 11 p.m. You also know on VEXA, my sleep is shit.
Yeah.
So I like to get off around 9:30 so I can zone out a bit, chill out a bit. What do you call it? Like wind down a bit.
Yeah, wind down.
Before sleep, so that my sleep quality is good. Otherwise, I'm constantly thinking about what I did around 11 p.m. So that day, I was working on VEXA bucks until like 11 p.m. The whole night, I was dreaming about VEXA. It's so crazy, which happens to you as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to get done a bit early. And that's why like unscripted video, sometimes I take trades after the unscripted video as well, because this market is moving later in the day.
It is.
I never used to trade after like 10:30.
Yeah.
But these days the plays NVIDIA worked out at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's like I post the video and then I feel like, okay, this is so good. So sometimes I trade after the unscripted video as well. Not often, but in this market especially, this market is moving a bit later in the day. So it's not like I posted the video, I can't trade.
Also, not side note, but very related to trading directly. So we've been tracking our heart rate while trading using VEXA Sentinel. And another sort of very good reason to sort of not force the trades in the first 30 minutes of the market open, at least in this market specifically, is that biologically speaking, when the market opens internally, whether you want to control it or not, most likely your heart rate is elevated during the market open because that's typically where you would find volatility, or like the volume is the most, at least initially right off the open, and you have the most nerves, so to speak. So what I noticed is through the last week, my heart rate through the opening session has consistently stayed in the stress zone. So my baseline during trading sessions, VEXA has recalculated my baselines based on my history of trading sessions. And my baseline sits around 94 or 98 beats per minute during the hour and a half that I usually trade. And I noticed that during the market open, my heart rate is consistently sitting at like 110, especially for the first 30 minutes of market open. And then it sort of calms down. So it comes back closer to baseline of the trading session. And that's when the market opportunities are also arising. So the best thing you can sort of do for yourself, taking in check that your biological markers are also telling you that when you're in a stress state, you can't execute cleanly, you can't make the right calls, you're not making rational decisions. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to sort of track your heart rate and essentially listen to your body speak.
I'm so excited for Sentinel. You could like see me smile because we were going in a different direction with Sentinel, but we pivoted because the direction we were heading into was not very useful. Plus for launch, it would have been like a huge mess.
Yeah.
We might have version 2 of Sentinel, but again, a big might. So we pivoted into this way that, okay, just let's keep the heart rate. And I'm glad we did because I'm so excited as soon as I'm done trading. So my Lightspeed broker, my blotter report, that is a report I can give to VEXA or any other trading journal, or VEXA is the first trading coach, but if for any other trading journal, I have to wait until the next day for the blotter report to generate and then upload it. But now I have an AI agent. So I just send a screenshot of my trade window. It's going to generate the own blotter report basically using Claude.
Yeah.
So I do that. I upload the trade the same day itself. My Sentinel session, it tracks my heart rate.
Yeah.
So on Friday, I was in the zone. My heart rate max was like 120 and it's like 90, 100. I was listening to music, just chilling out. You guys can see that on the unscripted video as well. My breaths are like pretty decent. 90, like it won't be my resting heart rate. My resting heart rate is like 57.
Yeah.
So it won't be under like 67. That's the goal. Maybe we get there.
67 is ambitious.
But it's all about being self-aware because on Wednesday, shitty session, the whole session, my heart rate was like 140, 130, which is so bad for you.
It is long term.
It is long term and it's like very bad for you. Then because of Wednesday, your body remembers that stress. So if you put your body through that stress, on Thursday also, I could feel that in my body. My palms were sweating, my legs were sweating, my hands. So whenever I'm like stressed or not sleeping a lot, no, it doesn't happen usually. Like at the moment, you can see like it's still sweaty, but it's hot in Dubai as well.
Just kidding.
But it's hot in Dubai now as well. But now like you guys, no sweat, right? I'm not like anxious or nervous. But same thing used to happen in Australia. Lack of sleep and stress. My body's response is sweat. So not even sweat, like my body doesn't sweat here in Dubai anymore. In Australia, my whole body used to sweat because of the body stress and the fatigue because I was not sleeping at all in Australia. But in Dubai, I sleep like 6-7 hours, except a few days if something happens. But that's my body response. My palms are going to sweat and my feet are going to sweat. So that's what on Thursday also I realized before trading, I'm not doing anything, just like sweaty palms and sweaty legs. And I know that my body is in stress mode. And my Thursday's trading was also a bit chill. I was like listening to music, but I could see Wednesday's effect carry forward on Thursday.
Yeah.
My heart rate was still average was around 110, 120, peaked to like 140 in the middle, but it was lower than Wednesday. Now, body remembers your stress. By the time it's Friday, after 2 days of that shitty day on Wednesday, Friday was really calm. So you just have to give your body enough time. I have talked about this multiple times.
You also have to just listen to your biological markers, right? Like your body is giving you cues on like what you don't realize or what you can't directly see. Your body is telling you internally. And if you track your heart rate, you're essentially being given the vision to sort of understand your body markers in a way that gives you the option to make actionable choices based on that.
Because before VEXA, people used to say, how do you know you're in the zone? Now I actually know.
Yeah, and it's pretty
I have to
clear-cut.
backtrack it because the Sentinel is still a new feature that we are testing. It's going to go into the production VEXA Pro feature. You can check out VEXA at vexatrade.ai. It's going to be the first link at the description box below. It's a pro feature of VEXA Sentinel. VEXA Sentinel is a pro feature of VEXA. But I realized recently I have to backtrack it as well. But Friday, I just felt like I am in sync with the market.
Yeah.
And my heart rate could actually see that. I could see that once I was done with my trading, I synced my VEXA Sentinel, does automatically in the background. You just upload your trades, it's going to sync. And it's amazing to see when you're red, it's inverse.
It's complete inverse.
Inverse.
Right? And
When you're red, because your equity curve is like red, you're red and your heart rate is high. When your equity is green, your heart rate is low. Same for you.
Exactly the same. And I want to be fully honest here, right? Like these are just biological markers, and VEXA Sentinel obviously will intervene and tell you like, hey, listen, you're in a high stress moment, your heart rate is high.
I haven't used interventions, but you use.
I
like
use it
to listen
actively.
to music, but he has been using interventions. So explain that feature. I actually want to use next week. I don't use it because of unscripted video as well. Because if I keep it on, if I have it on my phone, which is we are gonna implement
cool.
it.
I can hear the interventions firing in the background.
You can hear it.
I can, but if you're recording for unscripted, then your viewers can also listen to the
at the moment, I
interventions.
just want to be in the zone and listen to music. But eventually, interventions are something that can help you. It's been helping you as well. You can turn that feature on or off, but we have that feature. I'm not using it at the moment. I haven't tried it, to be honest. I'm going to try it next week and let you guys know. I'm just being honest here, right? As a founder, I can say that I have been using interventions forever.
No, but I want to make one point as a founder. Like as much as I want to express how useful the feature is, I'll get to this after the point I was about to make and explaining how interventions work. But yeah, so with interventions, you basically set your own rules. So I have 2 rules. When my body stress level, and VEXA basically is able to compute how your biological stress state is. Of course, it's not like medical advice. It's not a doctor, but it can compute your biological stress level, and you can get interventions.
Similar to Whoop. So Whoop also has stress, basically.
Yeah, very similar to Whoop.
Yeah.
But you get an intervention based on your stress level, your biological stress level. So let's say my stress level switches to tilt. Of course, the stress levels are based on traders. So there's a most extreme stress level where it's called tilt, and you can get an intervention based on that. So if your stress level is tilt, VEXA is going to intervene. You get these sort of voice alerts, and it basically gives you a breathing routine or something that reminds you that, you know what, maybe you're not thinking in the right mindset right now. You're not thinking straight.
So she's going to speak to you,
She speaks to you.
Okay.
And intervenes. And when you're trading, it's you alone sitting at your desk. There's no one sitting on your shoulder. Like maybe if you're working at a hedge fund, then you have this manager that's like.
That's what I was about to say. SMB Capital, Dr. Betten Steenberg. I'm listening to the new book I talked about. He also says that at a prop firm, you actually have risk managers. Like if you are blowing past your risk, the risk manager is going to, are you okay?
Yeah.
As a retail trader in your own setup, in your own basement or whatever, in your own
you don't have
cave,
anyone in your corner.
You don't have that, but now you have it.
So that's basically what interventions is. And I've been using this, and through the week, and this is going to my second point, through the week, the interventions really helped me sort of look back when I was in high stress moments, or if I was, my heart rate was peaking. The interventions reminded me to just breathe, take a step back, take a 5-minute breather if required, and just come back in the zone. And it's identifiable based on your heart rate markers. Like you can tell when you're in the zone versus when you're in a very high stress state. But the limitation is that at the end of the day, you're a trader on the desk making decisions for yourself. Friday, my interventions were firing off like crazy. And I was on tilt.
Did you turn them off?
I didn't turn them off. They were still firing, but at the end of the day, I'm the one in control, right? So I still have to make the decision.
Same thing.
So AI and
at
voice.
A prop firm, risk manager can be like, your risk manager needs to be on that. We can intervene, but if you want to blow up your account, be my guest.
It's on you.
If you want to get fired, be my guest.
And there's only so much you can do as a trader that you have to take the onus that, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my trading. And no one is going to control that. Otherwise, then you're not the person trading. It's just the other person intervening.
So you're talking about Friday.
So yeah, Friday, the interventions, it was great through the week, and it helped me sort of calm myself down when required, reminded me to take 5 minutes off, to step away from the screens, to take some 5 breaths, to calm my heart rate down, reduce my body back into a stress level state where it was tradable. But on Friday, at the end of the day, you are the decision maker, and if you choose to ignore the interventions, then that's on you, and that was on me.
Yeah, that's why I feel like we have built something magical that we have been using. We have been talking about that a lot. Sentinel is something every day after trading, I'm so excited to just sync my heart rate and see. If you are into stats, Yes, you look at your strats and even confidence CDI scores, especially after Friday on our way here, on our drive here. You were like, my scores are gonna dip. My scores are gonna dip because as traders,
I'll just say the context. Like my through the week, my trading was opening was bad, but I was still able to execute on the plays that happened later day, right? So my VEXA score was sitting at 92. My confidence was at 98. Discipline I think was 85, and intuition was 93 or something like that.
Discipline dropped to 85 to
85 to 22.
22
after
in
Friday.
a day
Because I blew past every single rule I had for myself.
Yeah. And you can even set your max stop loss and your rule on VEXA. So based on that, she's going to calculate so you have your max stop loss. That is one of the rule to calculate the discipline. But she also looks at your sleep as well.
Your sleep, your position size adherence. So when you're on tilt, you usually size up, right? Like it can
see that you invested like 10,000 and then you invested 20,000 after being red, and then you invested 30,000. So that is tilt. And that's why I feel like VEXA is CDI and everything is patent. Yes. We have got the patent. It's patent pending. So next year we can apply for the patents. And everything is patent pending. And it's like no one has done it because at the moment, every other journal, VEXA is the first coach. I can say that VEXA is the first trading coach that you can fit in your pocket. But all the other journals are like, people are going to say, my win rate is like 47%. Becky, like my win rate for the past 6 years is like 47% without all the stats. So VEXA has... So I try to import all my 6 years of that data into VEXA. But because on Interactive Brokers in Australia and in Dubai, I had a few linked accounts that I used for day trading. They closed my link accounts because I was not using those accounts. So I could not get those stats,
the files,
the reports. So as per VEXA, my overall PNL is like 650K, which is, I would say, way less than what it is. But in total, my win rate for $650,000, even though the PNL is not correct, it's excluding a lot of trades, but my win rate is 47%. But I'm still a profitable trader. Yeah. So what win rate, yes, it's one aspect of trading. And that's why the CDI scores, they take into consideration your win rate and looks at a trader based on holistically.
It's not just one metric that quantifies you as a good trader or a bad trader. There are traders who may have like a 20% win rate, but they have a 20-1 risk to reward on those 20% win rates.
Especially the contrarians, like they lose 10 out of, like they make one trade and they make so much. Yeah. And if you ask their win rate, you will sound stupid if you're asking them their win rate. It's like, I don't care about my win rate. I'm making a lot more. And that's why even with your win rate, even if your win rate is low, but you are consistent with your position sizing, you're capitalizing on the winners and cutting your losers, you're sleeping on time, you're waking up on time, your heart rate is decent, your biometrics is decent, you are not tilting, everything is going to contribute to the CDI scores, the confidence, discipline, and intuition scores. And this is the first time we are talking freely about VEXA. Yeah. Because now we have decided that we will start talking about VEXA because the waitlist is now officially open. So if you guys want to join the waitlist, because we will only be, we had a chat about this, we will only be accepting 50 or 100 people.
50 or 100 initially.
At launch.
And then we'll probably increase once
Which is very less, because I'm going to make my main YouTube channel video as well. At the moment, waitlist is already above 100.
It is?
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? We will only accept 50 people. So based on that, it also depends on the broker you use. So you apply the waitlist, you select, like you go on vexatrade.ai, waitlist, and enter your name and email. You will get a confirmation. You will get a confirmation email. It's very important to know that if you don't confirm on that email, you won't be part of the waitlist. Because we are making VEXA, we don't want to have, say, 5 million people on the waitlist. Yeah. And people are not just opening their emails because a lot of bots and junk emails. Yeah. So we want the email list to be really healthy. People are actually interested in trading. That's why a lot of other companies, if they do a waitlist, if you're launching a product, if you're launching like a hair trimmer, for example, and if you have a waitlist, they are like, okay, you just enter, confirm you're part of the waitlist.
Yeah, you can enter some fake emails, have bots fill up the waitlist.
But VEXA is like, you enter the email, it's going to send you an email, confirmation email. Once you confirm, then you are part of the waitlist. So if you join the waitlist, make sure that you confirm the waitlist, otherwise you won't be confirmed. And even if you miss out on one email, VEXA is going to send you a reminder email after 24 hours. Even if you still don't accept it, you won't be part of the waitlist. But saying that, we will be only accepting 50 or 100 members at launch. We launch end of May, most likely.
Yeah.
We will have a specific date, most likely by next week or next to next week. Depends on the approval of Apple and Google, just being honest with you guys. Web app is ready. And the things we have been focusing on.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up next. But I feel like both of us as founders, I would say even more yourself, the level of detail that Jay goes
He's so
into.
Pissed at me for that.
I'm not pissed. It's
just
honestly,
be real. Like we had this conversation 3 days ago at night at your place. Repeat that same sentence here on the podcast.
So the thing with Jay is like if he sees an inconsistency or like the tiniest detail, right? Like let's say there's a back button and it is 2 pixels to the left instead of being 2 pixels to the right. He's going to want to fix it like in that moment. Okay. So, I mean, of course, we're both working on different aspects of the business. And at least through this week, I've been working on very large implementations, but of more back-end features. So I wasn't focusing on front-end UI as much.
So
and
I
setting
did
up
a few changes then.
Yeah. So he's like fix the back button. It needs to move 3 millimeters to the right. And I'm like, listen, bro, like I'm in the middle of a lot of other things. I will do this, just not right now. But his attention to detail is honestly immaculate, which I think is what makes VEXA such a pristine product. And I'm not just saying that because I am like a co-founder, but I truly believe that the attention to detail that we're putting into this product to make it not only look visually appealing, but it makes it functional, it makes it snappy. There's no like absurd loading times for when you want to like see your metrics or load your trails.
I want to talk about that. I'm very proud of it.
Go for it.
You continue first.
But yeah, like I just think I'm not intending to gas the product up for no reason, but I honestly respect your attention to detail a lot because that's essentially what makes a good product.
I'm telling you, we are going to be Apple of this industry because there's no industry at the moment. There's no trading coach out there. But any way you track your metrics, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet or you use any other trading journal platform, the VEXA is the first trading coach, first of all, and the attention to detail. So I spend 3 to 4 hours on fixing just a normal thing, which seems normal to a lot of other trading apps. For example, we have been using multiple trading apps in the past like 6-7 years. A lot of these, like you click on dashboard or reports, it throws an error of like 500 or 400, 500, right? Yeah. Error 500 is like some backend issue. But here, VEXA, you won't get that error. If you get that error, just reply back and just raise a support ticket. We're going to fix it, but you won't get it. We haven't got even one. But the main issue was, it wasn't an issue. It's normal for other businesses. You click on CDI and then you click on dashboard. It was taking 6 seconds to load up.
Yeah.
Every dashboard load is taking 6 seconds, but now it's less than a second.
Yeah.
Less than a second. No other trading app can do it. I can bet my money on it. No other trading app can do it.
One more thing that Jeff fixed this week.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. So when it's metrics page, you're in the metrics page. For me, it's like 6 years of data. I have like not all the data, but it's still 9,500 trades approximately. Every other trading app.
Not 95,200 trades, 9,500 trades.
Yeah, 9,500 trades in total. Every other trading app I have used up until now, trading journal, trading app, even if you use a spreadsheets are going to take a few seconds to load up those many trades. So earlier, I timed it 22 seconds, which seems normal. If you go and look at any other trading app, you're like, it's just normal to you. I'm like, okay, the app is gathering 6 years of data, 9,500 trades. It might take 15-20 seconds. And you also made your peace with it, right? You were like, it is what it is.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a lot of data. Maybe it just takes that long.
And now how long does it take?
So for Jay and myself, I also have like seven years of trading data and I think I have 10,800 trades.
Mm-hmm. I timed it. It was taking 22 seconds.
22 seconds to under 2 seconds, all your metrics are computed.
Yeah. So if you switch to this week, it's less than a second. This month, less than a second. YTD, QTD, everything is less than a second. All time, gathering 6 years of data. The benchmark, the starting time was 22 seconds. I got it down to under 2 seconds. Yeah. It's freaking insane. It's like you go to dashboard, you go to metrics, everything just is instant.
It feels snappy now.
You feel like you want to use it. I want a product that you feel like you want to use it. No errors. If you face an error, like freaking, I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to fix it. It took me freaking 3 to 4 hours to reduce that load time.
Yeah.
And people just won't do it.
Yeah.
So my attention to detail, even if you look at my phone, everything is like so organized always. He knows, right? Yeah. Everything, shortcuts. You learn a lot from me about shortcuts as well.
Yeah.
So your thing is that Sentinel was your feature idea. Yeah. I remember when he introduced Sentinel, I remember that day. What happened was that he had a big red day. I remember this was like 3 months ago or 4 months ago. This year. It was this year.
It was this year, yeah.
The story is he had a big red day. He was not able to sleep. And he was like, and in that moment, he introduced VEXA Sentinel.
Yeah.
And then the idea was something different. And then both of us, we worked on that. Okay, we can make it like this.
The idea was actually what we have currently, as well as the actual trade extraction pipeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I brought this up on a prior podcast, one of the episodes.
It was his idea. So his idea, like we both have ideas. It was his idea. So his goal at the moment is like to keep building a better product. If you go on vexatrade.ai and check about us, the description actually states that you are the visionary. I'm also like Vexa was my idea, but then you executed in like a way I never imagined I actually could, and you built it like 10 times better. And now I'm working on the optimization. You're working on like pushing things forward. I'm working on like optimization, because my thing is that, okay, you have a feature.
But how do we make that feature
just better
Just
for people to use it?
Make it more usable. Make a product that users will want to use.
For example, this morning when I told you, like Sentinel used 40% of my phone's battery because my Whoop was tracking the heart rate, which is normal. If I use a running app, honestly, like when I run and if my phone is on for like 1 hour and is tracking my heart rate via Whoop or any other feature, even Whoop consumes that much battery. If there's a way we can fix it, we can fix it. But if there's no way that we can fix it, even Whoop, if I track my heart rate, if I keep my heart rate on, it's going to drop the battery like crazy, because it's like direct streaming of heart rate from Whoop or watch to phone. So it's going to kill the battery. But if there's a way to fix it, we are going to fix it. And now dashboards, CDI breakdown, metrics, everything. Like you can switch between 3, 4 pages 5 times in 6 seconds. I sent you a video.
Yeah.
So we have before and after.
Yeah.
So the attention to detail that is going, it's just like I find joy in using it.
Yeah.
Up until 2 months ago, we are introducing features. We are adding a lot of features. I was like, yes, we have a lot of features. But personally, I won't use it if it's not optimized. That's why we built Vexa, you remember? Because we were facing that error 500 every freaking day.
Yeah.
5 times a day, we were facing that error 500.
I wasn't able to upload my trades and like actually journal. Like it was frustrating at some point.
Yeah.
But
so for me, it was like, we are uploading, we have so many features, but we can have so many features be like Samsung. I want to be like Apple.
Yeah.
You incorporate the features, but you want to make it very easy to use and a joy to use. And at the moment, for me, the joy is uploading the trades, no errors, fast, Sentinel. Within 5 or 6 seconds, my trades are uploaded. I can see the Sentinel heart rate data. And earlier, it used to take me like 2 minutes to do it. So the joy I get is like, you have a feature, but you need to present it in a way that Apple does it, right? Apple doesn't have a lot of features, but what they do is people actually use it.
Yeah. And they take their time with it. Like they take their time with making the product good before they launch things, which is why Apple's always the last to implement anything ever. Like foldable phones still don't exist. And the technology has been there for like probably 5 years now. But when you do something, you need to do it well. Otherwise, don't do it at all. And I think we both have that same sort of idea, which is why I think initially we had planned to launch in March.
Yeah, March, April. Maybe we are just optimizing it at the moment. Even in the last 2 weeks, we are going to optimize it a lot. At the moment, we are sorting out the back end stuff, the payment, in-app purchases, and also I'm saying Vexa is the first trading coach because no other trading journal or app can do what Vexa is doing, because tracking heart rate needs your phone apps to work on that. We have the patent, which is okay, even if you copy, but it's going to take a while, right? It's like, this is what I wanted to use. That's why I built it. That's why we built it. I remember we had this conversation in September last year. That's when we got the domain. And I told you about this idea. You were like, okay, I haven't been journaling because it's just a pain in the ass. So we just wanted to make it easy and actually to use. And when you actually open that app, it's like you open the app, look at the attention to detail. I don't know. Like you open the app, you actually feel like using it.
Yeah.
It's like Wednesday, I lost money. So even though Thursday, Friday, 2 green days in a row, my confidence is 58%, discipline is 48%, and intuition is 64%.
I'll give you a quick sneak
and you guys
peek
can see my resting heart rate, 58. I'm going to take a screenshot of your page. I'm going to take my screenshot of the page as well. So my resting heart rate was 58 and sleep was 7 hours, 16 minutes. And
my watch died last night, so my sleep is at 0.
Okay, so and Vexa doesn't track your sleep. I mean, she takes your sleep from Google Health, Android Health, and Apple Health.
Whatever your provider is.
And you can track your heart rate with the help of your Apple Watch, Android Watch, Samsung Watch, smartwatches, or Whoop as well, because Whoop also has a broadcast heart rate feature, so you can use your Whoop as well. So I have smacked the microphone like 2-3 times because I'm
honestly,
so excited.
I was gonna say that I think this is my most favorite episode ever, just because
it might actually not get a lot of views,
but I feel happy like speaking about Vexa. It's like very exciting. It's
like talking about trading.
We finally get to talk about it because we've been like building it up for like weeks now. I think we started the podcast in Jan and we've been building it since September last year. So it's the first time we're actually openly speaking about Vexa.
And you can actually talk to Vexa. Like you can click here. I actually recorded a reel on my Instagram. You can say that, how was my trading yesterday? How did my biometrics affect my trading yesterday?
Let's do this.
It's going to be amazing.
Let's do a little live.
Do you want to talk about your trading yesterday?
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's just totally shitting on myself because my trading yesterday was terrible. But you guys will get to hear firsthand. I'm gonna put it in the mic.
Okay.
Hey Vexa, how was my trading yesterday? Can you analyze my day?
Looking at your data from yesterday, Arshad, yesterday was a tough one. You lost $22,353.71 with only a 28% win rate across 43 trades. Looks like you also exceeded your max daily loss limit. AMD specifically caused a big drag on your session. Want me to save this analysis to your daily journal?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm adding that now. Arshad, it's saved. Would you like to walk through any specifics from yesterday to figure out what happened?
We'll get to that. We're actually in the middle of a podcast session. Say hi.
Well, hello there. It's nice to join you. I'm Arshad's AI trading coach, VEXA. How's it going over there?
It's going well. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Arshad's made some great strides lately, and I'm happy to lend an insight if it helps the conversation. What are you both discussing?
It's okay. Thank you.
Thanks for that. But I guess did you notice how quick that was?
Yeah.
It
Even
loaded
if
up.
you ask ChatGPT, it takes a while. It was like this was live and this
was live and no cuts, zero cuts.
Still in beta.
This Vexa voice.
But beta. We are still in
Yeah,
beta.
we're in beta.
VEXA is in
Yeah.
beta.
So,
VEXA is in beta.
I mean, this was like completely unplanned. I did not plan this entire thing.
That's why I was not clicking it. To be honest, I
Yeah.
wasn't clicking it because I was like, it might bug out because we still have to fix a few things before we launch.
Yeah.
But you can see how good it is. Like
Within 2 seconds launched. It was a cold start. I've not used VEXA voice today. Cold start. Pulled my trades, analyzed my trades, found AMD was my biggest tool. Everything I discussed with you guys on the podcast, like in the beginning of the podcast, and it appended my daily journal as well. So it added its analysis to my journal.
I wanted to have a chat because a lot of trading journals, VEXA is the first trading coach because it's built ground up with AI.
Yeah.
So VEXA has access to the whole system. VEXA can do a lot of stuff. Even on web app, you can keep VEXA voice on and you can go through your metrics page, open a trade and keep having a conversation.
And you can analyze
with VEXA.
your entire journey, your trades for that day, for the week, for the quarter.
So what
with
I
VEXA.
did last week, my weekly review, was that I turned on VEXA on my web app on the desktop version. VEXA was on the whole duration. And I was just going through my trades. What do you think about this trade on AMD? I could have done this much better. I could have done this much better. And you get real-time insights. And also the positive is that a lot of these trading journals, now we have like, everyone has AI bot, not even trading journals, but everyone has an AI bot now. So you can ask AI bot about your trading stats, might not have access to it, but it's going to give you kind of generic responses, focus on holding your winners, but they are not looking at your trading stats.
Yeah.
VEXA just pulled his like trading stats and he was comfortable now discussing $22,000 loss on Friday. But VEXA actually checked his stats. And VEXA has the power, like if you add, okay, on this day, do you remember my biggest red trade I had in 2026? She's going to tell you that trade. Can you mark that trade as revenge trading? She's going to do it for you. So VEXA has access to the system, the backend system.
It's a built-in ground up. It's your trading LLM. And I think that was the goal from the very beginning. And it just felt like
I'm so happy. Like you can't like.
And I think the beauty of that was it was purely raw. Like I did not plan to do that anyways.
And I was not expecting VEXA to answer that
quickly.
That
like
quickly.
I thought it was a cold start. So like
because I think you have been using VEXA more than me because I'm working on the other aspect of business because you have been refining VEXA. I have been refining the dashboard and UI recently. Like this week itself, I got more into the backend stuff. I was doing the backend.
Yeah.
The subscribers. You are doing the front end and how the systems actually work. So I haven't used VEXA to be honest that much, but you have used it a lot.
Yeah, a lot in testing. Like
we are
constantly.
working, like I'm working on building other things. He's actually building it and testing it. So you have tested it a lot more. But I was like, oh, is it good to do it live? But that was as raw as it could get.
Best possible first live showcase. I'm proud of that. This honestly
was so quick. Like I still can't. It's what we have created. It's insane. Like the stats and everything. This is raw. Like my emotions and everything that I feel. It's like 8 months of like non-stop grind from your end, especially the first few months. And from me in the past like few months is non-stop. The way we are progressing, the way we are optimizing it. You look, that VEXA voice was able to gather your stats.
in 2 seconds.
that was voice. On any other application, it takes you 2 minutes to open a page.
Yeah, if you directly like speak to ChatGPT also, it wouldn't be that fast. So like the entire system has been optimized for
trading.
And it's just for traders, by traders for traders.
And VEXA has the knowledge of the best trading coaches out there, and also books like Atomic Habits and all these self-help books. So I am a big believer of listening and reading to books. Listening to books, or you can read books. I understand better while listening to books. And the Daily Trading Coach, I have mentioned that she has a knowledge of that book as well. So that is my favorite book. And whenever this is VEXA Voice. You can also have VEXA Chat. So you can go in chat and ask VEXA a question, any question right here. And if she feels that this question can be better answered with a quote from a trading book, she's actually gonna put that quote in that message.
And even the actionable steps that these quotes have, like specifically for traders, there are things that they guide you on doing, maybe setting certain rules or like setting.
It's just like our trading journey. And we go through these ups and downs, and at the moment we did not have anything that could do it. Instead of wasting or using or spending or investing 30 hours of your life in listening to a book to just get one insight that is applicable to your trading.
Yeah.
Because that's what I have mentioned. Even if you guys watch my previous episodes on my YouTube channel, you guys can check out the best trading books out there.
Yeah.
The top 10 trading books for trading. That's what, like, there's a video title.
Yeah.
This was like 3 years ago, before we even started working on VEXA.
Yeah.
In that book, I mentioned that Daily Trading Coach. I have listened to that book 15 times. I have mentioned that because every single time I listen to that book, there is one thing that is applicable to my current trading.
Yeah.
But now 15 times, 10 hours long book, 15 hours, that is 150 hours of my life saved in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
2 seconds. That was the insane test. Like, I'm so happy with what we have built. And it's only going to keep on getting better. This is the worst VEXA it's ever going to be.
Yeah, it's the same thing we've been saying about AI in general. But yeah, it just gets better from here, and it's already very good. So, I mean, I couldn't be prouder of what we have done in the last 8 months. And I think we've also spent the entire podcast talking about VEXA. Yeah. So why don't we quickly jump into
on the charts?
A quick on the charts segment.
Yeah. Start your. I'm going to start my recording.
My mood is just lifted
because of VEXA,
10 times.
Yeah. So I'm going to start the recording on my phone, so we can
same.
look at the same stock. We don't start the recording. Okay. It's just going to be one screen. So Amazon. I actually saw that Amazon pushed towards the upside. Amazon, I mean, it was a shitty push. First, let's talk about the earnings this coming week. So we have the mega cap reporting earnings.
Next week?
Yeah. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all these stocks are reporting earnings. So that's going to be interesting. So SPY made a new all-time high, but the momentum was not there. Look at the volume on SPY.
SPY, it did move, but it was I think there was one random pop.
I think that SPY big red bar is incoming soon.
It feels like it. It's due.
Yesterday, look at the volume yesterday. It was so bad.
Yeah.
The volume is so bad. So that was SPY. And then let's talk about Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, I think. What do you think about Tesla? Tesla is my favorite setup for next week.
It looks good for the downside now because we're cleared with earnings. It also pulled back, but I don't know, like the daily range is not great anymore because we're still in this sort of really choppy sort of environment in Tesla's daily range. Of course, if the momentum's there, it can sell because earnings is out of the way now. So unless we get some positive catalyst or maybe we get a negative catalyst, it's worth a watch. It's
Tesla
worth a watch.
Under 370 can be nice.
It could be nice because that's the earnings low and it's a good level to watch.
Yeah. After that, I feel like MU, everything else is extended. And I think we just got to wait for the earnings on Microsoft, Apple, Meta. When is Meta reporting earnings? This coming week. Yeah Meta can be nice. Meta is usually nice after earnings. So Tesla, Apple, Meta. Tesla reported earnings, but downside, Apple, Meta, Amazon, Apple.
So it's mostly an earnings watch this week.
Yeah, Microsoft as well. These are the earnings
and they're all towards the end of the week, I'm assuming. Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, technically speaking, I think Tesla can be good for downside.
For Monday, Tuesday.
But I was about to slip on the wires.
Oh.
But yeah, I think on the charts is basically going to be earnings setups this coming week.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Saying that, should we end the podcast?
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly check Palantir. Palantir dropped back down.
Yeah.
That's quite sad.
We're actually late. We actually were late for the podcast because they did not switch the chairs. That's why this might actually, I think it's 1 hour podcast. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This was more about VEXA, but you guys could see our excitement. VEXA, I have been moving all over because my body's this is like, we were so excited about trading back in 2020. And now we are excited for VEXA in 2026. So this is going to be our new co-founder journey.
Yeah.
Saying that, thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys in the next one.
See you.